We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is.
Hello. My name is Chelb. My pronouns are they, them, and this is Phasecraft Collective, your weekly check-in with the cards to get the vibes. See what's possible. See what the energy is bringing us for the week to come. This is the week of December 9th, which is wild. It's just a little wild that, we're already here. It's happening. It is going to be the new year before we know it. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, you can sign up for my goal setting and intention setting with tarot and magic class on January 1st, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. It's called Manifesting Magic, and it is a little 2 hours together where we uncover our values, we look at ways to use tarot and our cards of the year to set goals that align with the energy that is present, and then how to use magic and tarot to actually achieve them. I don't know, sounds like a cool time to me. Anyway, all the info, as usual, is going to be in the episode description. Also, for year ahead readings, which are still available, we can do it live 1-to-1 on Zoom. You can get either a 30-minute reading or a 60-minute reading. The 60 minutes are way more in depth. Or you can get it written. You can get it written and emailed to you with a little analysis of your personal card of the year, the collective card of the year, your soul card, and then a tarot and oracle card for each season. I love doing year ahead readings. It's kind of my favorite time of year because it's just, the vibes are great. We get to talk about what's possible for you with the year to come, and especially in times like right now when a lot of things seem really, really dire. The year ahead readings are just such a bright spot of hope for most of us. So get your year ahead readings, link in description, etc. and so forth. Okay, but let's get into this week. Let's see what's happening for us the week of December 9th. We'll begin by taking a few minutes to breathe and set our circle, set our container. If this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. Second of all, this next couple of minutes is just a way for us to get present, to breathe, to get ready to receive the messages that we have. And at the end, we'll release our circle. So just setting a nice little container again for this message, for the energies, and for ourselves to fully be present. So if you'd like, you can join me in closing your eyes, or you can just let your gaze kind of settle somewhere out in space or down at your cheeks. And wherever you land, just take a couple of breaths, letting yourself fully come into this moment. Feel your shoulders rising and falling. Your rib cage expanding and softening. And bring your awareness to wherever you're making contact with the ground. Whether it be your feet on the floor, your seat in a chair, your back on a bed, just feel the weight of your body resting on the earth. Feel gravity holding you and supporting you. In this space, I'm going to call to the spirits and guardians of the elements, and as I name them, I invite you to imagine their force creating a circle of protection around you. You might see a circle of salt, maybe a ring of roses or trees or stones, of fire. Maybe the ground opens up and fills with water from beneath the surface. Maybe there's a dome of air surrounding you, pushing away all negative or unwanted energy. I call to the spirits and guardians of the north of Earth, of the deepest roots in the tallest trees, of the stardust that gave shape to this planet and to our bones. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the east of air, of wind and breath, of thought and change. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the south of fire, of the life-giving sun and the powers of creation and destruction, cleansing and renewal. Hail and welcome. And I call to the spirits and guardians of the west of water, of the oceans and our blood, the rivers and our sweat, the rain and our tears. Hail and welcome. We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. Can take a couple more breaths here. And whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes. All right. Let's get into it. So the energy, as you know, per usual, is whack. Mars just entered retrograde. Mercury is still in retrograde for a little while longer. And as I always say, like, astrological stuff is not anything to be afraid of. It's just energy to work with and understand. And when planets are in retrograde, hold that thought. When planets are in retrograde, it's an opportunity for us to fully examine they keep flying off the freaking table. These cards of mine. Okay. It's an opportunity for us to fully examine the areas of our lives that they rule. It's an opportunity for us to slow down and consider and evaluate and decide what needs to potentially change. The fourth card also just went off the table, folks. They just are excited. Are you joking? Okay. Those ones managed to stay put. Okay. The vibes are vibing so far. So anyway, with Mars retrograde, be careful about your temper. But also be careful not to get too carried away in passions, in emotions, and really take a second to check in with yourself about what your feelings are telling you about the situation. Mars is in retrograde until February, I believe, the end of February. So we've got some time to fully see what can unfold with this energy. Okay, anything else? Okay. So, we're leading in with some really, really great energy. And then some things to consider. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. And the vibes here are very much follow your ideas, follow your intuition, and follow your truth to lead you to a place where you can really see possibility and start to lay down the groundwork, the foundations for the things that you want to build long term. And in doing so, set yourself up for like success and comfort and reward. Be careful, because Mercury is still in retrograde, to, again, fully consider the things that come to mind and trust your inner voice. At this point, like at this time of year, like when everything is slow and we've got this whole new year of experiences and we're starting to think about what we want to build next, it comes more naturally for us to like really consider things and really think about things. And there's this balance here of jumping in and just like going for it, while at the same time, again, considering your foundations. It is a great time to start something new, an incredible time to do so. And take things slow. The speed of the swords of air is very much balanced by the care and slowness of the pentacles of earth. So just let yourself fully be with every idea that you have, every thought that comes through. Let yourself maybe storyboard it out, journal about it, create about it. Find those physical expressions of your idea to help guide you towards its completion. Now, we also have the Empress and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And for me, this is really like the thing stopping you from, this is such a note to self right now, the thing stopping you from fully creating and fully getting out of blockages and obstacles and brightness and possibility is simply internal. Which, as always, when I talk about stuff like this, I am not someone who will ever tell you that your mindset is the reason why your life is bad, or that you are sick, or that you are poor. Obviously, we live in a society with real systemic oppression that affects every single one of us to varying degrees. And at the same time, sometimes the systems that keep us down become internalized barriers, where instead of allowing ourselves to say, well, I've got this thing in the way and there's nothing I can do about it because it's this institutional thing that is causing my life serious distress. That is valid, and by internalizing that, you are building up a wall for yourself. You cannot do everything with mindset. You cannot do everything with magic. And shifting both can help tremendously in how you experience and work through and around these systems. Again, this is more possible for some people than others. And that is an awful truth. But tuning in and paring down and seeing what you can really create in the circumstances that you are given is how you will start to find your ways forward. And also, it's not just about creation, it's about care. It's about caring for yourself. And knowing that self-care isn't just doing your full skincare routine, isn't just taking a nice bath, isn't just treating yourself. It is also expressing yourself. It is also loving yourself enough to stick to your budget, to get help with financial planning, and to, let go of habits that are harming you more than they're helping you. All of those things are self-care. And when we only lean into the things that feel good about caring for ourselves, that is when we get stuck in this cycle of scarcity and loss and fear. Which, we got a lot of swords here, and I've got like 3 kind of like whammies that all came out for us here together. So we've got the 10 of swords, we've got the 2 of swords, and we've got the 3 of swords. So it's like, whoa, 10 of swords and 3 of swords together. That's a lot. And it is. And it is. That is a lot of energy to deal with. But again, the 2 of swords comes in as this reminder that when things are really freaking hard, when the news is just detrimental and bad and like hurts every single day, when we let ourselves get lost in the despair, it is harder and harder the longer we're there to force ourselves to stand up. But that's it. Like, we have to make the choice to stand up and start to work ourselves out of it. And that is where the 2 of swords comes in and asks you to not just look at the swords on the ground before you, not just like lay in the pain of the swords in your back, but to maybe look at the hands on those swords and see if they are your own, and turn around and maybe see the vast expanse of possibility and magic that is available to you if you simply choose to pull the swords out of your own back. I don't know if any of that made sense. Which, if you've ever had a one-to-one reading with me, this happens a lot. I just like open my mouth and say things, and then I'm like, was that anything? But that felt like something. The 2 of swords also like brings in this like element of balance to things, of balancing the head and the heart, of the, you know, physical and the metaphysical, the mind and magic. There is no one way. There is no one tool to get yourself out of this or to move forward. You have to use all of the tools at your disposal. And creativity is a tool. Love is a tool. Your words are a tool. So take stock of everything in your toolbox. Should I say tool one more time? Take stock of all that. And see what you maybe haven't thought to use that could be beneficial or helpful to you right now. Then, wrapping up here, the Knight of Swords in the world. Following, again, like that aspect of truth is like this thread that is through this whole message, and of like taking action and like speaking on your truth and leaning into your words and your thoughts. And again, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but like, to me, like we associate the cups with intuition, and they are, but the swords have a lot to do with intuition too. Our intuition lives in our mind, where our thoughts are. Our intuition can be extremely practical. It's what tells us to, you know, turn left instead of right. It's what tells us to, you know, eat when we maybe aren't quite hungry yet, but then it turns out that later in the day we, you know, got lost in a task and then didn't eat anything else for the rest of the day. And so good thing we had lunch when we did. It can be practical. It's not just like receiving downloads, right? Although, who knows, maybe everything is a download. Anyway, I kind of rambled there for a second, but your words are powerful, your truth is powerful, your thoughts are powerful, and you can use them to turn a new page. Your intention is magic in that when you give your full attention to something that you decide, it will realize itself that much faster. The world also presents us with this moment of like recognizing an ending, and obviously we're coming into like the end of the year. But also remembering to slow down and experience it. To let ourselves like celebrate and honor this moment fully before we step into the next thing. The turn of the wheel, the flipping of the page, the shift is inevitable. So take a moment to enjoy where you are now before it arrives. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. The Three of Cups. My deck was upside down. The Three of Cups. So we are once again also reminded that it is our communities, the people around us, that help us uplift ourselves and help us feel the possibility in every moment. Again, like, healing doesn't happen on our own. Nothing happens on our own. We need each other. We need to celebrate each other. We need to uplift each other. And in doing so, that is how we are able to open ourselves up to seeing and living and moving all through love. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. I like that. Cool. Well, let's close our circle, folks. That is our message for the week. So, once again, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if it feels safe and good to do so. Just take a couple of breaths. Let yourself come into your circle of protection once again. Reimagine the salt, the fire, the water, the air that you put up around you. Take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, your breath dissolves that circle, scattering salt, dissipating air, extinguishing fire, sending water, stones, plants, sinking back into the earth, returning to whence it came. I send the spirits and guardians of the west, the south, the east, and the north back to your place in the natural order with praise and with gratitude. I send the energy of all those watching and listening back to them whole, complete, and intact. I take my energy back to myself whole, complete, and intact. May we remain friends, though our energies are no longer crossed, corded, or tangled at all, starting now. A breath, feel your energy settle into you, all yours. The circle is open, and so it is. All right, my friends. That is it from me today. I hope you have an incredible week. I hope you take time for yourself in whatever ways you can. And I hope that you schedule a year ahead reading or come to Manifesting Magic, but I'll talk about that for the next few weeks, obviously, because we've got a little bit of time before that comes. Cool. I hope you have an incredible day, an incredible week, and I will see you next time.